Alright, hey guys, it is time for more Dota 2 action with Cptn.Canuck here. I have jumped onto the servers and I'm looking for a game. I just found this one here, Super Strong Alchemist versus Nxton, I think I'll call him. I don't know what that is. But anyways, starting in just a moment here, we will get underway. Alright, on to the loading screen. Anyways, gonna make another shameless plug as I always do. Guys, definitely check out my Twitch channel. It is twitch.tv/Cptn.Canuck Dota. I will be streaming games every Tuesday and Thursday. These are games for the AD2L, the Amateur Dota 2 League, and it is definitely an exciting time with a lot of great teams. Tomorrow, this Tuesday, January 14th, I'm going to be casting the highlight game of the night, which means a lot of action, a game that we expect is going to be really good, as well as another game that is just a little earlier on. So that'll be happening between 6 and 9 o'clock PST. That is 9 to midnight EST, so definitely tune in for that. It is going to be a great time, and I would love to have more viewers there. Anyways, on to this game, Super Strong Alchemist versus Nxton. Let's just clear this out here, get back to default announcer, default HUD. I forgot to set my camera settings back, so oh, actually I didn't. I'm good. Alright, so we'll get this underway in just a moment here. Thank you guys for being patient as we wait for Yafets to load in. And alright, so it looks like all 10 players are loaded in now, and we are into the draft here, so just waiting to see what these bans and picks are. Anyways, I'm hoping this is an interesting game. We're on the 4th out of 7 pages of games right now, so we're looking at some pretty mid-tier Dota right here. Hopefully it'll be a good game regardless. We've seen a lot of actually really fantastic games in the last couple of days. The game we casted last night was actually pretty interesting. We had two teams that were damn evenly matched until about 15 minutes into the game. They were just going perfectly, and then it just snowballed out of control on one team's side, and I won't spoil it, but definitely go check that out. It was a fantastic game to watch, lots of action, lots of skill shots, and just some unfortunate timings. Anyways, into this banning phase, actually cutting into the reserve time for their very first ban next and deciding what they want to get rid of. Kind of you know, definitely not the place that you want to be using your reserve time. Usually those first few bans are pretty cut and dry. You want to be getting rid of those bristlebacks, the alchemists, the you know, death prophets, etc. But they actually get rid of the enigma to start. So I guess just to hear that they don't feel comfortable playing up against, they had some bad experiences with black holes, they're going to get rid of that right off the bat. The Weaver is taken out by Super Strong Alchemist, so almost instantly banned there, making sure that the pressure is back on Nxton in the drafting phase, and they ban out the Magnus. Now that's something interesting that I haven't talked about much before, and that's kind of pressure in your drafting phase. A lot of time, a really good captain will know what he wants to do right off the bat. And if you really know that, if you know what you want to do, then you can pick your heroes quickly and put the pressure back on the enemy team. And it can actually cause the enemy team to make some mix-ups. I've had a lot of circumstances where I've just been down to the wire and wasting seconds away trying to pick who I want, and I just kind of pick a hero. Like it's not indeliberate, it's still a good hero, but it's not the optimal one. You know, a couple picks later I might go, oh damn, I should have got this guy. So it's definitely smart to recognize what you want to do before you get into the draft so that you're not wasting your reserve time early on. And this gives you a lot of versatility, as well as it puts the pressure on the enemy team to kind of make those fast decisions instead of yourself. OD is taken out by Super Strong Alchemist, and the first pick for Nxton is going to be the Train Protector. So they take that really good support hero. He can play on the offlane, or he can play in the support role. He's really good with either. He's got a lot of base damage and a lot of survivability, so he can really do either. Very strong hero to begin the game, but Mirana is taken by the Super Strong Alchemist team, so we'll see if they combo that up with like a Bane or a Shadow Demon or something like that. She works really well with both of those heroes, and Bane Mirana has been a super popular combo lately, so I would not be surprised to see that. The Alchemist has not been banned out either, so that could be the combo here. Not sure if Bane will get banned in the second phase, but with this new banning phase as of 6.79, it is now impossible to grab 3 heroes right off the bat. You've got to grab 2, and then 2, and then 1, so these kind of tri-lane wombos that we've been seeing are not as easy to grab. You have to combo it up with something else, so quite often we'll have to see the you know, the CM substituted for the Alchemist or Benno or something like that. So anyways, the Timbersaw is going to be the grab for Super Strong Alchemist, so not picking the hero to combo with that Mirana right off the bat. Instead, they go with the tanky offlaner. And Nxton replies with their own tanky offlaner in the form of the Bristleback. So that lane will be really interesting to watch. Bristleback dishes out a lot of damage, but Timbersaw will shred Bristle's strength so fast with that Whirling Death. So I think that's going to be a good offlane to watch. Definitely kill potential from both heroes, but I think it favors the Timbersaw just a slight bit. Regardless, heading into the second banning phase here, we're going to see both teams start to decide what they're going to be banning out. I'm not sure if I agree with the Clockwork ban for Nxton here. The Mirana could farm the safe lane, but I don't think they would throw the Clockwork mid. It's a possibility, but I don't think it's the optimal pickup in this circumstance. Super Strong Alchemist gets rid of the strong support hero, the Crystal Maiden, and maybe even banning out the Veno next, just to make sure that Nxton doesn't have that supporting lineup that they want. It looks like Super Strong Alchemist might be going for a little bit more of a
10 seconds remaining.
Unconventional lane setup, not unconventional in the way that it's weird or ineffective, but more in the fact that it's just not with the popular meta. For example, the Crystal Maiden and the Venomancer, and who else? I'm not even sure who else. They've been dominating the game so much lately. But and the Alchemist, like heroes like that have really been dominating the support role as of recent. But the Mirana doesn't really combo too well with any of those. She combos well with the Crystal Maiden. However, she combos really well with the Shadow Demon, which is what they just picked up here. So, like I said, a little bit off the menu, but still entirely acceptable. And Abaddon is going to be the pickup, and I actually really love this. The thing about Abaddon is that he can purge the 5-second stun if Mirana happens to land it, which she probably will because of the Shadow Demon setup. So if you've got a good Abaddon player and he manages to purge a 5-second stun and get your carry out of danger, that actually puts the enemy team in a lot of danger, because the Shadow Demon will no longer have disruption, he probably won't have Soul Catcher, and Mirana won't have her arrow. So it's just going to be on them to retreat, which means that you can probably pick up a quick kill on the Shadow Demon. So Abaddon, a very effective pickup against this. I really like it as well. I'm curious how this is going to line up. Nxton is really looking towards picking up a really aggressive mid laner like a Templar Assassin. If you have a Templar Assassin with this lineup, it is so damn effective because she gets Treant Armor, and when Abaddon is near her, he can throw on a shield on her, and between Refraction, Abaddon Shield, and Treant Armor, she is literally going to take no damage. She could dive the fountain, kill 5 heroes, and not take a single point of damage. Of course I'm exaggerating, but it is ridiculous. So I'm thinking actually TA is going to be the pickup here for Nxton as their mid lane hero. They've got the perfect lineup for it, and I don't see why they wouldn't. Alchemist, they're going to grab that second support right off the bat, so understandably so. But, oh wait, now things are looking interesting. Because I think instead they're going to, the Bristleback was going to go on the offlane to begin with. The Treant Protector was going to be the support. However, this Alchemist is looking to be the farming role. Actually, Abaddon could farm as well, but I think it's going to be the Alchemist. So we're going to see a farming Abaddon coming out from, or a farming Alchemist, sorry, coming out from Nxton. And I'm really looking towards that TA as their last pickup. I would ban that out if I was SSA right now, because they just have the perfect lineup for it. They have a lot of other really great heroes for this lineup. For example, Storm Spirit. He can be really kind of kamikaze. He can just throw himself at the enemy team and just knock it out. But they're banning the Omni Knight, so kind of avoiding that just ridiculous strength team, which I completely understand. I mean, Nxton has 4 strength heroes right now, all of which are really tanky and hard to kill. Bristleback has, of course, the ability Bristleback. Treant Protector has his own armor, Abaddon has his own shield and his ultimate, and Alchemist has his ultimate to keep him alive. So none of these heroes very easy to kill right now, and so I would almost expect them to pick up another really kind of beefy, obnoxious hero to fill that mid lane role right now. And like I said, TA would fit really well, but I'm thinking almost like a Night Stalker now, or something along those lines, just because that's the way they seem to be drafting. They seem to kind of be heading towards that beefy, you can't kill me strength lineup, which would fit really well with a Night Stalker, maybe even a Kunkka, or something along those lines. Regardless, Super Strong Alchemist is going to go with something a little more conventional. They are actually going to be running that Mirana on a support role. Mirana with the Shadow Demon combined with the Gyrocopter means that Gyro can throw down a rocket, Disruption can come out, and Pudge is the hero. So actually I should have called that. That would have been the optimal choice with this 5-man strength lineup. So nothing but strength heroes on Nxton's side, and really going to be hard to kill. Now, I don't really like that Shadow Fiend pickup as much because he reduces armor, and there's not a lot of armor on strength heroes. They generally get health, and the armor doesn't really make much of a difference. So I would have preferred to see a hero that does a little bit better damage, something like maybe a life stealer that can do the percentage damage, or I'm not actually sure what else, but regardless, we are into this game here. It is going to be a Shadow Demon, Shadow Fiend, Gyrocopter, Timbersaw, Marana versus a Pudge, Alchemist, Bristleback, Abaddon, and Treant Protector. Strength 2 strong. Yeah, that is the first call out there by the Pudge, and understandably so. The strength heroes are just ridiculous sometimes, and they're gonna, if this game gets beyond 20 to 30 minutes, it is going to be really hard for SSA to start killing them. They're going to have to get their damage up quick, and they're going to have to start hitting really hard. Now I think they have the lineup to do this because they have a lot of ganking potential between this Shadow Demon and this Marana. They're going to be able to move around the map and get kills wherever the hell they want, whenever the hell they want, as long as they do it smart. As well, their tri-lane is going to be really, really strong because this Gyrocopter can always set up with a rocket into the disruption, into the soul catcher, into the arrow, and you basically guarantee yourself a kill on one hero if you do that. So I think they've got a really strong lineup in the laning phase, and it's going to be up to them to really carry that into late game. If this laning phase even goes mediocre for Nxton, if they just manage to survive and get some items into the mid game, it's going to be really tough to bring them down. If this Treant is any good, he'll be throwing out the living armors like a boss, and it's going to be really hard to kill a lot of these heroes. So I think the laning advantage does go to SSA, but I think the potential for the mid game goes to Nxton. Regardless, that Treant starts with absolutely no items, grabs himself the courier, probably pulled a couple. Did he pull a couple tangles? How much money does he have worth of items here? That's 150, that's 115, that's, oh, he got 4 clarities. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah. So he blew all of his money on consumables and the courier, and now he's sitting on no stats to begin the game. Regardless, he's got that ridiculous base attack damage. 85 attack damage on that Treant Protector right from the very bottom up. That is just ridiculous. And actually, I should throw up my overlay while we wait for that pause there. I get that up now. Anyways, like I said, farming Alchemist, he's sitting there with 2 Iron Branches, a Quelling Blade, and a set of Tangos, not opting to go for any more regen. I would have loved to see a potion on him, because I have a feeling he's not going to be having as easy a time as he thinks against this Timbersaw. But regardless, Timbersaw sitting here with a pooled Tango, a set of Tangos of his own, a couple clarities, 2 Iron Branches, and a Steel Shield. So, man, people are just pausing and unpausing like crazy here. We'll see if we do manage to get the first blood out here. I think they've definitely got the potential in the bottom lane, so we should be watching this. If Bristleback gets himself up too far, he is going to be caught and destroyed right off the bat. Of course, starting with that Disruption Arrow combo and the Rocket Barrage is going to be the first... Oh, Flat Cannon. He started with Flat Cannon. That almost seems like a mistake to me, because Flat Cannon is really poor early game just because it's based off your attack damage. As well, you really don't want to be pushing your lane, especially in a tri-lane, because that's just giving XP to the enemy team. So I actually don't like that Flat Cannon pickup. I think he probably meant to pick up Rocket Barrage. It's kind of hard to tell the 2 icons between each other because this kind of looks like a rocket firing off. I'm not sure. Like I said, we are in kind of mid-tier, so I'm not sure about that. But are we seeing dual lanes here? Looks like we are, actually. Treant's kind of roaming, just throwing down wards right now, but it is Abaddon and Bristleback down here on the lane together, and Treant is heading up towards the top lane with the Alchemist. So we are actually seeing dual lanes. I figured it would have been a tri-lane with that Alchemist instead, but the Disruption goes out. We'll see if the arrow gets thrown, and it doesn't. Marana doesn't feel confident that she's going to land it. Bristleback kind of moving into the way there, and it's not getting thrown down there. Like I said, I think if we'd started with Rocket Barrage and then Marana had thrown that arrow, that would have been first blood, but this Gyro's going to have to be really careful. That Quill Spray is really going to mess him up if the supports aren't there to support him, and they definitely aren't. They are moving towards the mid lane and just kind of dancing back and forth, trying to see what they can get done here, and Gyro's going to have a rough time if his supports aren't there. Get this up right now, because I often forget. 5 for 3 on that Bristleback, so he's doing the best right now. Shadow Fiend, we talked about him in the last game I casted, and he's actually doing really well. It's all up to those early last hits. He did start with the Wraithband Tangos build, so he's got a little bit more last hitting power, but the quicker you get more last hits and denies, the better your performance overall as Shadow Fiend will be. So, anyways, up on the top lane, Timbersaw just offlaning just fine. I would love to see him get a point in reactive armor, because with reactive armor you can just kind of walk into the acid spray, get full stacks, and then just regen like crazy. You can get that, 8.3% or 8.3 health regen from a Tango by just like walking into the enemy's ability. So, dropped a piece of my computer there. Actually, I've got the side casing for my computer sitting on the ground. I hope you guys didn't hear that. I kind of just dropped it and made a loud sound. So, anyways, Treant is pulling the lane here. He's still sitting on level 1, but he will be level 2 once this finishes off. His huge base damage just helping to finish this off, and now he is level 2, so he'll have his second ability. Pudge getting his bottle up in the mid lane, and he's going to be heading down towards the bottom, where he is guessing that there is a rune. Actually, he knows there is a rune there because the top rune was spotted by that rune. And Pudge finds a haste. Who would have thunk it, man? Every single time a Pudge is in a game, 9 haste runes spawn in a row. It's almost inevitable. I don't know how, I don't know why, but Pudge always gets haste. It's kind of ridiculous. Anyways, Gyro not doing too bad for himself down in the bottom lane, 6-0. Not optimal farm, but doing pretty good for being up against a dual lane while his supports are kind of roaming around. I don't really like these rotations by the supports. Oh my god. Pudge ran up top. I should have caught that. That was an easy kill to catch, but I just missed it. My apologies. Looks like Timberside just got himself caught out by an unstable concoction, and everything flying out from everybody. So Pudge drops, and the first blood goes the way of Nxton 3 minutes into this game, and Hook flying out, not going to catch anybody. We got some pressure on this mid lane here. Mirana and Shadow Demon sitting in here. Mirana actually stealing a bit of farm. I don't know if she deserves to have that. That Shadow Fiend really needs it really bad, but he's starting to get it now. Getting his last hits up, and he's got 15 souls right now, giving him an additional 30 damage, so he is now surpassing Pudge in his last hitting potential, which is what he needed. Looks like we got a smoke gain coming out from that Mirana Shadow Demon, and that ward will not spot it because, you know, they are smoked. So we'll see if something can be made to happen on this top lane. The lane is pushed up pretty far, but Alchemist is staying really far back. He has gone max points in Grievel's Greed, so a stun is not going to do too much, and oh man, he's got no mana, he's got no way out of this. If he gets disrupted, he is toast. Disruption goes out, arrow flies, and it is going to land. Great timing by that Mirana there. That is a free kill, and Shadow Demon grabs the kill with his illusions, so Alchemist is gonna die. Very good kill there for Super Strong Alchemist. And I mean, the irony, Super Strong Alchemist getting their first kill on an Alchemist. Wow, that shield has a big range. That exploded and hit Gyrocopter. This lane isn't accomplishing as much as I thought it would. I definitely expected them to be a lot more ballsier, especially with that shield. It's a lot easier for them to be able to run in. Oh, Shadow Fiend going in on that Pudge, and I'm surprised he didn't try to go for the long-range raise. He definitely could have landed that. Oh, Hook goes out, and he is caught. He's going to try to fight this, but he does manage to get the second raise off, and Pudge survives that. No global abilities to save that out. I wish there was. Sunstrike right now would have made that perfect, but regardless, third kill of the game goes the way of Nxton, and that Shadow Fiend not having himself a great time. Bristleback is still your top farmer in this game, followed very closely by the Shadow Demon, or Shadow Fiend, sorry, and Pudge trailing just behind. So gold graphs will probably look pretty similar at this point in the game, but you know, anything can happen. This is still very early. We are only 5 minutes into this game. Nothing has happened. Shadow Urn now purchased up on that Pudge. Urn of Shadow, Shadow Urn, whatever. And 2%'s doing alright. He did drop a kill, but you know, he's getting the last hits that he needs to at least survive. And you know, he's got a magic wand, he's got regen, so I think he's going to be fine here. Down in the bottom lane, action going out. Gyro gets picked off by what I assume was a good hook. Abaddon chasing out on the Shadow Demon here. He does not have any spells right now. He can throw the Shadow Catcher, or the Soul Catcher if he wants, but that's not going to do much. Pudge catches up and remembers him, and 2 more kills going the way of Nxton. So actually that was 2 kills. So Pudge now 3-0-1. Been a part of every single kill that his team has gotten, and definitely playing damn fine. Seen a lot of Pudges just storming my games recently, and I guess it's probably just because of the MMR bracket that I've been casting. I've kind of been opting towards mid-tier games just because they're kind of interesting and definitely not always played perfectly, so it's entertaining to watch. But there's been quite a big number of Pudges. I even cast an 82L game the other day where I was just like, they could pick anything they want for the mid lane, and they could even pick Pudge, why the hell not? And then they picked Pudge, and I was like, oh my god, I'm psychic. But looks like Pudge wants to get himself a hook here. He's looking for it, he knows it's available, and we'll see if he tries to go for it on the Shadow Fiend here. He is just waiting for it, And there are heroes to support him if this does happen. He walks into the mid lane. We're going to see if he tries to make something happen. The disruption goes out. Arrow's going to fly in and actually, whoa, just catches him at the back of that range. That was actually ridiculous. In case you guys weren't aware, the arrow actually has a lengthy range. Like this box that I'm drawing right here, it actually has a hitbox of about that big. So if a unit is off of the map, such as a puck phase shift or an OD Astral or a Shadow Demon disruption, and the arrow is still within that hitbox when the unit comes out of their invisibility or their off the mapness, they will get caught by that arrow. So that was what we saw there, and Pudge does get caught out. So 3 to 4 year kill score here, 7 minutes 45 seconds into the game. And top lane looking a little bit action-packed here. Actually, Timber picks up a kill on that Alchemist. So much damage. I did not expect that. Neither did the Alchemist. He drops, and 4 to 4 is your kill score now. So evened up, and both teams farming relatively well. Shadow Fiend now on top of the TS score, being able to last hit with that Shadow Raise. And he's only gone for the 2 points in the Necromastery. Usually people like to alternate between Necromastery and Raise. I think he felt he needs a little more damage against that Pudge, which is kind of understandable. However, he's not going to have the auto attack damage because Necromastery is not maxed out. But a couple more levels, he will have that max. Pudge grabs himself a double damage rune and is going to teleport bottom with an invis. So we'll see if he managed to make something happen there. It looks like they saw that teleport coming in. They're going to back off, maybe. And Gyro is so low. One hook and he is done. Hook gets thrown out by the Pudge and he misses the Shadow Demon, so that's not going to get caught. The ulti goes out by the Gyro, and I think he's probably just going to head back to base. He's got nothing going for him. Yeah, he TP's back, so throwing out that ulti, it is a pretty short cooldown, so by the time he is back in lane, he will have that available to him. Mid lane here, Abaddon just kind of shoving off the Shadow Fiend, and this tower is going to be denied, no question about it. There it goes. Actually, whoa, that took more hits than I expected. Mid tower is denied. That is the first tower that has dropped this game, and it was a denial, so not a huge goal swing. Oh my god, Timber saw that burst damage, jumps up on that Alchemist, picks up a free kill, so damn, this Timbersaw is picking himself back up after, I think he gave up first blood. I'm not sure if it was him or somebody else, but he's doing good now. He's got himself 2 kills, 1 death, and 1 assist, and has himself his arcane boost, so he's doing good for laning phase. Mirana seeing that Pudge out there. Pudge throws out a hook, it's going to miss. We'll see if they try to come in on that. It doesn't look like they're going to. Pudge is just going to walk himself away from that, no problem. Down in the bottom lane, Gyro now having a little bit of space to push that Bristleback away as his support is no longer there, so he's starting to get his farm up a little bit. We see him as the 3rd highest farmer with 30 CS, 0 denies, and he's picking himself up a Claymore, so this looks like it's going to be a Shadowblade and a Shadowblade Gyrocopter. You know, this isn't terrible. This is something you see a lot more at a pub tier, but you know, it is effective for some things and ineffective for others. If the enemy team is smart enough to buy detection and be ready for you, it's really not going to do much. Shadow Demon getting the disruption out on this Alchemist, and the arrow just misses, but I think he's still going to drop anyways. He pops off the stun, and oh my god, that regen might actually keep him alive. It's regenning him through a lot here. He's just, oh my god, he's so low. The Shadow Raise is going to get the kill. Shadow Fiend gets the kill, and he gets the kill on the Treant as well. So 2 more souls fly in his way. Necromastery at level 3, just waiting for that level 5, and the Shadowblade on him as well. So there's 2 Shadowblades on the team of Super Strong Alchemist, and I'm not sure how I feel about this. I mean, the Shadowblade on Shadow Fiend is definitely the optimal pickup, but on the Gyro as well, it's going to be overkill. That's going to hit the enemy team to start buying dust. Like, sometimes if there's one hero, you're like, I don't need to buy dust, but they will definitely be buying some sort of detection now, and that could actually hamper the strategy quite a bit. Shadow Fiend moving up, seeing if he can get a disruption, and he does on the Abaddon. Arrow flies out, does manage to catch Abaddon. He is going down right here. His ultimate pops up, and he is going to be able to get away from this, I think. He pops off the shield, and he's under his tower now. He's going to be fine. Missile going to fly out onto this Bristleback, and I think it's going to hit him. Yeah, it doesn't do too much damage, though. Momentum coming out on this bottom lane here. 4 heroes for Super Strong Alchemist, ready to shove onto this tower, and only 2 heroes defending. So if the Shadow Fiend were to come back, it would be 5, but he's heading back towards the mid lane to farm up that creep wave and just kind of get his souls up a little higher. Hopefully get that last rank in Necromastery before he starts going for Presence of the Dark Lord. 8 to 4 your kill score here at 11 minutes 45 seconds, and rocket being charged, I don't think that's going to do much. It'll probably hit, but yeah, little to no damage, and no effect here, no kills being set up. TP away by the gyrocopter, so he has gone top to farm up. Deems that lane a little bit safer, and he's just going to use that lane to start getting himself some gold. He's about 1,000 gold away from that Shadow Blade, and yeah, once he gets that, he'll feel a little bit more comfortable to start fighting. Anyways, Disruption goes out on the Alchemist, but his ultimate is back up already, so he gets himself healed back up to full. And the Mirana ultimate is going to allow them to escape from this fight, but that was looking pretty dangerous for them for quite a while. And now that fight, ooh, maybe that fight is not disengaged. Pudge is walking towards that Shadow Demon, and the arrow just barely misses. Oh, that has got to feel bad. This Pudge is walking towards the Shadow Fiend as though he knows he's there, but the Shadow Fiend does not, or he's not aware of it. Shadow Fiend is just going to turn himself around and walk back towards the bottom lane. I think now would be a great time to check the gold and EXP graphs. If we do look at that, we see that Super Strong Alchemist is in the favor of about 3,000 to 4,000 gold, or XP, sorry. They are doing pretty well. They've been team fighting a little better, and they have a higher kill score. As well with the gold, they are just in that, just kind of a little lower, 2,000 gold in their favor. So nothing that is impossible to come back for Nxton, but they are definitely at a slight bit of a disadvantage. Disruption goes out on the Alchemist. Arrow going to fly, not going to catch anybody though, as the timing was just a little bit off, and that creep going to catch that arrow. Timbersaw going to jump in here, see what he can do. Not going to throw out that Whirling Death, so no strength being taken away from that Bristleback, and he's going to be completely fine. Vanguard now up on Bristle, so he's got a lot of tank ability, and it's going to be near impossible to kill him without that Timbersaw present to strip away some of that strength and really just throw out that burst damage. Mid lane, Pudge just farmed himself up a little bit more. He's sitting on 1,000 gold. We'll see what he chooses to go for. Perhaps a Force Staff. Not sure what else he would build at this point, but there are some options available to him. He could start to go for that pipe. There's quite a bit of magic damage on the side of SSA, so I wouldn't blame him if he did. Down the bottom lane, still looking to set up that kill. That Shadow Demon moving forward really aggressively, seeing if he can get off the disruption, but just doesn't manage to. On the top lane, Gyro's still farming like a boss, now sitting on 1,100 gold, not getting quite there yet. Hook goes out by the Pudge, but he misses, but he just walks up and dismembers anyways, and he might get this kill on Gyro there. The missile goes out, both heroes die. The Timbersaw picks up the kill on the Pudge, and Gyro is going to drop. Shadow Demon gets the disruption here, but there is not a line for the arrow as that creep is standing right in front of him. Timbersaw going to throw out his ultimate and actually catch the Alchemist, so Alchemist is going to drop 10 to 5 your kill score here, 15 minutes in this game, and Nxton standing pretty far behind. Like I said, their mid game is pretty weak as those ganks start to come out by SSA, so if they can manage to pull it back and get their lineup a little bit tankier and a little bit stronger for the mid game, they should be fine, but it is going to be a rocky road ahead of them.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Top lane, we see Treant kind of just hiding in the trees there. Doesn't know what to do, only sitting on 8 CS and 2 denies for himself. Not the richest support you have ever seen, but you know, he doesn't have a point in Nature's Guise yet, so oh, great hook on that Timbersaw, and he is almost certainly going to die. The Timbersaw hooks away, and no ultimate from the Treant because he's just too low on mana. If he pops off that clarity for just a couple bit of mana, he'd have his ultimate available to him, but oh man. This Timbersaw going to TP away in the stealth, and he actually manages to get out of that after killing the Pudge. Bristleback dropping really low. He's going to drop to the gyrocopter, so 12 to 60 kill score, and SSA really running away with this. On the bottom lane, Shadow Fiend pops off Abaddon's ultimate with a good place Shadow Raise, so that ultimate pretty much useless, and is going to go back on cooldown for quite a while here. Top lane, Treant still hiding up in these trees, just trying to keep himself alive while available to defend this tower. I think he needs to pop off one of those clarities though. He's got no mana to pop off the spells that he needs. I don't know, wandering towards mid, not really much to do there as that Alchemist is moving off into the jungle. Alchemist looks like he's going for a Battle Fury, so he will have that in approximately 500 gold, and it'll help him farm a little bit better as he's gone max Grievel's Greed. So he'll be farming really well, but I don't know if he has the space to do that. His team is full of space creators with that Pudge ganking and the Bristleback just kind of getting in people's faces, but they just haven't had the opportunity to because SSA has just been out ganking them. Could see some action happening up here. Disruption goes out, followed by the missile. This Timber is, or that Treant is dead. Pudge gets a good hook out. Bristle's, or not Bristle, Gyrocopter's going to be able to run himself away. Urn of Shadows up on him, though. He is definitely going to drop to that Urn charge, and he does. So Pudge manages to grab himself a kill. 7-14, and SSA consistently doubling the kill score of Nxton, and this is what they had to do, man. Like I said, they have a really strong ganking lineup that they'll have to take advantage of in the mid game, and they have been doing exactly that. So they are going to be really well off into this late game if they play it well enough. However, like I said, if this game goes too long, if they don't put the pressure on strong enough, Nxton can tank up, and it'll be a really nasty time for SSA as they try to make this fight happen. But they're doing pretty damn well, knocking down 2 towers by 18 minutes, and that'll be it. So
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I'd like to take a peek back at that EXP and gold graph. Still climbing slowly in the favor of SSA. Over 5k, almost 7,500 now in the favor of Super Strong Alchemist. And their gold has been skyrocketing quite a bit. It is now up to the 4k mark, so they are doing really well. And if they continue that trend, they will be rocking it into the late game. Mirana and Shadow Demon moving themselves in towards the mid lane. Alchemist throws out a stun on this Gyrocopter, who throws out the Rocket Barrage, and the Mirana ultimate is on him, but he is just eating that acid spray. And oh man, where did Bristle die? Bristle died down on the bottom, so actually just Timbersaw managing to get himself a kill. Playing this exceptionally well. I really like this Timbersaw, except for the fact that he has gone for the energy booster after already having arcane boots, which means that he will not be able to, or which means that his arcane boots are going to be delayed, or his arcane boots, his bloodstone is going to be delayed slightly. I really don't like that on him. Like I said, I've said this in previous broadcasts, but the optimal build for Timbersaw is to get your perseverance up, get the vitality booster and a point booster, and then you disassemble your boots for the arcane booster, which will eventually, which will make your soul booster, and that completes your bloodstone. So disassembling your boots is the way to go. You only gain 5 bonus movement speed by having the arcanes. As well, you don't really need the arcane charge because you regen that mana in the time that it takes to come off cooldown anyways with bloodstone. So it really is irrelevant to have those arcane boots. You'd be better off going for boots of travel or something so that you can avoid split pushes and whatnot. But he has chosen to go that route. Feels like he needs the mana, and you know, I guess that's how he's gonna run. Just Bristleback just shoving back this top lane. We've got a pause going on. Shadow Fiend asking for waiting. I'm not sure what the reasoning is. Maybe mouse issues again. But anyways, he does have that Shadow Blade up now, so he's got a little bit more survivability. But we'll see if there is any detection right now, because there damn well should be on the side of Nxton. Not a single bit of detection except for the Treant's Sentry Ward. So the Treant is the only guy really doing anything for this team, and he's only been placing his Sentry Wards to de-ward, not to really be effective in his fights. And considering the Mirana, the Gyrocopter, and the Shadow Fiend all have stealth right now, it is in their best interest for almost every single member of their team to be buying dust. I mean, it seems eccentric, but it would be so worth it for the amount of kills that they would secure with that dust. Now, anything more interesting to talk about? Battle Fury is completed on the Alchemist, so he will be farming up a lot better, but he is down 5 kills and has not been farming exceptionally well. He is sitting second on the CS score, but he has been out of the game for so long that he is pretty damn under-leveled. He is level 10 compared to the... Actually, alright, level 10 on the Shadow Fiend, level 13 on the Timbersaw, and where's that Gyrocopter? Yeah, Gyrocopter's level 11. So I guess he's not too far behind the curve, but he is definitely behind just because of all those deaths that he's taken, and he's lost a lot of gold. That's almost 1,000 gold that he's lost in deaths alone. Plus, well, it's actually probably more than that. So, I mean, plus the farming time that he's missed, he is just really behind. If he can manage to start, you know, farming up Ancients, farming up the jungle, and just really go on a spree for the next 5 to 10 minutes, he could really become a force in this game. But right now, he is pretty much irrelevant. There's not going to be any worry if he runs into a team fight. He's just kind of some extra health to plink away at, not too much a threat. Regardless, Gyrocopter does have his own Shadow Blade now, so like I said, I really don't like this pickup right now. They've already got the Mirana ultimate, which is enough stealth, plus the fact that Shadow Fiend usually goes for Shadow Blade. I don't hate the Shadow Blade on Shadow Fiend, usually just because it's used more for for aggressiveness, you Shadow Blade in and then you activate your ultimate, and the channel time is done in the stealth, so you are not revealed while you channel your ultimate, which makes it a very good aggressive item on him. However, on Gyro it is generally picked up as just a defensive item. If you want to go for a farming or an aggressive item, you'd rather go Midas, Helm of the Dominator, BKB, etc. on that Gyro, just to make sure that you have the survivability to get your damage out, or the ability to farm a little bit better. Instead, he goes for the Shadow Blade, which is kind of just to keep him alive, and it hasn't been doing a great job already, as he is 1 and 3. Waiting for this pause, man. There's only so much I can talk about. Shadow Fiend does reconnect, so it looks like we might have a unpause pretty soon here, and hopefully we can get underway. Hopefully we can get underway. Shadow Fiend's back. Thank you, calls the Timbersaw. Go calls the Shadow Demon, and here we go. Game is getting back underway. 19 minutes 30 seconds into this game. 15-7 is your kill score. Nxton trailing Super Strong Alchemist. The top lane, Bristle just trying to farm himself up a little bit better. I mean, he's really going to want to work towards that heart now, just to build up that extra tank ability that his team is really going to thrive on in this late game. But he just does not have that farm right now. He's only sitting on 1,000 gold after having his Vanguard, so he is a good 4.5k away from having his Heart of Tarrasque, if that is indeed what he goes for. We could see him go for something else. A pipe might be efficient in this scenario, but anyways, Pudge going to run right into this Mirana, and this might be a kill. Mirana's probably going to leap away from this, but I don't know how long that's going to last. Oh, Treant standing right in the way of Pudge, just trolling him, and he's not going to be able to get a hook off. He throws a blind one, and Mirana just going to go throw a ward, try to phase boot away, and the courier actually... Oh no, that was the enemy courier. I thought that was hers. Anyway, she's still trying to run, but that Leech Seed slows her up just enough. She is going to drop. Timbersaw jumping in to see if he can get anything done there. Hook misses, and Timber is in the middle of this fight. Alchemist comes in, throws out the Unstable Concoction, and the Treant ultimate goes out just for Timber. So he drops as well. So 2 heroes from SSA getting caught out, and that is farming room for the Alchemist. So, I mean, not a terrible fight. That definitely could have gone a lot worse, but it definitely could have gone a lot better, too. Nxton could have picked up a lot more kills if they had dared to go in a little further, but the rest of SSA being smart enough to decide to back off, and this Alchemist now getting a little bit of extra farm, picking up a lot of that Grievel's Greed gold, which will help him out a ton. Yeah, it looks like the Bristleback is going for a pipe right now, so misread on my part, no Heart of Tarrasque for him, and phase boot's now completed on this Alchemist, so he's starting to get a little bit of damage out. He's hitting for roughly 150, 160-ish, and you know, he's not doing too well. But, I mean, with a little bit more farming time and gold, if his team can create the space, he will be able to make it into that late game and just really shut down those heroes from SSA, especially if he gets an item like an Abyssal Blade that can just prevent the leap, prevent the Temper Chain, prevent the, you know, Black King Bar, etc. So, now this is an interesting game to talk about picks-wise, because, oh man, Bristleback gets himself a kill up on the top lane, getting chased down by that Timbersaw right now. He's just going to TP in the trees, not being spotted out there, and the Alchemist is going to run in, see if he can get a stun out on that Alchemist. He does throw it out at the very last second, and then he's going to TP out, not feeling confident in his ability to fight that, so he gets out as well. 2 heroes escaping there. But yeah, this is a interesting game to talk about picks-wise, particularly because there's a lot of BKB heroes on the side of SSA. Generally, Gyrocopter and Shadow Fiend are almost guaranteed Black King Bar carriers. As well, Mirana will occasionally pick it up depending on how the game goes for her. But the thing is that Nxton does not really feel pressure by that, because there's not really much that Black King Bar negates. Pudge has all of his disables available. He's got, oh man, fuck. Very nice. Mirana dies in the mid lane there, but Pudge has got his hook to lock him down. The Bristleback is just going to be annoying regardless, and the Treant ulti goes through Black King Bar, I do believe. As well, Alchemist will probably be looking to pick up an Abyssal Blade sometime in this game, which also goes through Black King Bar. So BKB probably not the optimal choice considering the amount of physical damage on the enemy team. This is probably why they tried to go for the Shadow Blades. However, it's still not going to work because the amount of stealth on their team is just going to require instant wards from the enemy team, which actually haven't been picked up, so it's working out okay for them. But Sentry wards and Dust do need to be purchased by Nxton if they do want to continue thriving in this game. Now, on the flip side, there is a lot of damage from SSA. They've got armor reduction on the Shadow Fiend. They've got Gyro just being his usual annoying stuff. Oh man, Timbersaw getting caught out here. Misses the Timber Chain and gets screwed. Shadow Fiend runs into the middle of this, throws out his ultimate, but all he's going to do is pop Alchemist's ultimate. And he, wow, what a hook by Pudge. Gets the kill there, and Pudge is going to pick that up. And it looks like Nxton is starting to push back. This tanky lineup really paying off for them. Gyro is going to come out. They're going to try to pick this up, but I don't think they're going to manage to do anything here. These heroes are so tanky, and they're going to be able to get themselves out of here, no problem. Pudge walks right back into the middle of this, but he doesn't have any abilities to make this happen. And, oh man, Bristleback really low, but he is going to survive this. Disruption goes out on this Pudge, and nothing really going to happen his way. So all these heroes at relatively low health, they're probably going to back off here. Arrow flies out just for the hell of it. Going to catch Pudge, but not going to do too much else. But, yeah, like I was saying, on the flip side, SSA has a lot of damage between their heroes. Bristleback does a lot, or not Bristleback, Timbersaw does a lot, especially considering his strength shred. He will chew through the heroes. Oh man, mid hook gets dismembered. That is just unfortunate for the Pudge, or unfortunate for the Marona there. But kills almost even, 15 to 14 here at 24 minutes. But yeah, Timbersaw does a lot of damage to this team, in particular considering the strength shred on Whirling Death, as well as Gyrocopter, just known as a high damage hero with that rocket barrage and the flak cannon, and the Shadow Fiend. Just, I mean, with the shredded armor and the damage from Necromastery, he always does a lot of damage. So it's going to be really, as well, I mean, Marana can even get to high damage if she gets late enough. But, I mean, just the amount of damage versus the amount of strength is a really interesting matchup that's, that we've kind of been seeing the tail of throughout the course of this game. I mean, the golden XP graphs will tell us, you know, heading into this mid-game, this 18 to 20 minute mark, SSA was in full control, but now that these team fights are really happening in the favor of Nxton with their tanky lineup, it's dipped right back down. And if you go back to the gold graph, it tells the exact same story. We've got 18 to 20 minutes at the absolute peak for SSA, and Gyrocopter dropping here. I just barely missed that while I was looking at the graphs, but like I said, 18 to 20 minute mark, just very peak for SSA, and then they plummet as these team fights are starting to go in the way of Nxton. And Nxton evening up the kill score, 25 minutes in, 15 to 15 the kill score. Back eating a tower shot here as he moves into this tower. This tower is going to be gone. There is no fortify, and there are not going to be any teleports for this. They are just going to get picked off if they try to TP for it. They are walking up to see what they can do, but this tower is definitely gone. They've just got to back up and defend the T2 while they wait for Gyrocopter to come back up.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So all but one tier 1 tower still alive in this, or knocked down in this game. The only one that is still alive is this one bottom for Dire, and Treant has been healing that up, so it will be back to full relatively soon here. And Pipe now completed on that Bristleback. He's going to have that flown out to him in just a moment here, which will give him a lot more tank ability, especially against the Timbersaw and the Gyro. I think, yeah, magic damage on that call down, which is going to be the big damage dealer, as well as all the Shadow Raises, which are also magic damage, so those are all going to be negated by that Pipe. Double damage being bottled up by this Pudge here, so he's actually got a Shadow Blade as well. So League of Shadows here, defense of the Shadow Blades. And oh, Shadow Blade on the Alchemist too. He gets dusted though. The enemy team's smart enough to pick that up. Arrow hits the Alchemist, and that Rocket Barrage is going to finish him off. All down going to miss every single hero, but the Rocket getting set up to bring that catch a Treant. I don't know how that hook crept Disruptor. That was Shadow. That was kind of weird. But yeah, Treant walks in, gets his ultimate off, but it's not going to matter too much. Pudge looking for a hook, does manage to grab the Shadow Fiend, or Shadow Demon, and it does kill him. Pipe goes off right now as the Bristleback looks for the kill on the Gyro, and he does manage to get it. Shadow Blade used to catch up there. Going to try to get that kill, and they do. Bristle goes down 3 for 3 is the kill score in this fight. Oh man, I lost control of my camera here. Pudge still looking to see if he can catch up here, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think that's going to be the disengage. Both teams picking up 3 kills. Oh my god, is this going to be the legendary hook of hooks? He throws it and he misses. Shadow Fiend just juking to the right. Going to survive that. So 18 to 18 your kill score. Both teams losing 3 heroes in that skirmish. And this game looking relatively even right now. This is definitely a crazy game to be watching. Almost 30 minutes, 27-35, as you know, this game starts to reach that mid-late game. Mechanism now up on the on the Marana, but not up on the Abaddon, so that is an advantage. It's going to be slightly in the favor of SSA for a short while, but that will be rectified pretty soon. Shadow Demon now about 600 gold off of his Force Staff, and let's see, what's this Treant got? Treant's got nothing. He grabs his Arcane Boots now, and he grabs his Arcane Boots. Yeah, there he goes. So, and then he's just going to be building for support. So he does have the dust that they need right now, but I would love to see other members of the team pick up dust because everybody needs it right now. Just everybody. Alchemist not sitting on any detection now either. Looking to pick up that Black King bar, so he hasn't gone for the Basher or even the Assault Cuirass, which I feel would actually be pretty good. But, I mean, considering the armor shred on... actually, that is only base armor, though, isn't it? Reduces the armor of nearby enemies. Yeah, so I think that reduces all armor bonus as well. Yeah, I could be wrong on that, though. But that will reduce the effectiveness of a Shadow... or of an Assault Cuirass if it is picked up. But I think it really would benefit Nxton right now. I mean, if they had kind of built towards their lineup with Vladimir's, with I mean, the Bristle is building well with the pipe. That was a smart pickup. But I mean, a Vladimir's, a Medallion, and Assault Cuirass on this team would really make the difference. It would make all of their heroes that much more effective, just because they're all really beefy melee heroes that rely a lot on auto attack. Save for maybe the Pudge, who's going to run up here. He's going to find himself a Gyrocopter, and he misses the hook, actually. Gets the Dismemberment out, but doesn't turn on the rock because he's not in range, and Gyro's going to Shadow Blade himself away. Pudge getting caught out by a lot of damage, and he's actually going to drop. That was really poorly played on that Pudge's part. Cooldown goes out, now trying to go on this Bristleback. He throws out the glue, but he does drop, so all the heroes relatively low. That mech is going to go out, heal them all up, and now SSA has the momentum in their court. They're going to try to push with this. 2 heroes down on the side of Nxton. 20-18 your kill score at 29 minutes and 40 seconds. And the Chakram goes out, going to grab that Alchemist, but he Shadow Blades away. The Dust goes out, and we'll see if an arrow actually managed to catch him. Oh, he jumps right back into it. That was so unfortunate. Grand hook there by the Pudge. Gets his Dismemberment out under the tower. We'll see if Timber manages to survive that. He does not. He dies mid-Timber chain. So he drops in exchange for the Alchemist. Oh man, Pudge just missing that hook. Disruption goes out onto this tree, and he's going to throw out the ultimate, but feels like he's going to die here. Yeah, he does. He drops really quickly. Pudge trying to see if he can pick up a kill, but the rocket is now going to fly out on him. Shadow Poison going out, and still sticking around to defend this, but I think the tier 2 is going to drop, almost guaranteed, and it does. Oh, what? What picked off? What killed Shadow Queen? Was that an Urn Charge? I think that was an Urn Charge that killed him. Wow. And, oh man, I hadn't even realized, but I've had this graph up the entire time. 155 is the last hit score for Alchemist right now. So building into that Battle Fury has actually really benefited him. I mean, he hasn't been doing fantastically in the kill score. I mean, 1-7 and 2. Oh man, Gyro getting himself caught out here. Is he gonna survive? Oh my god, that one Bristleback, or that one Quill Spray manages to catch him. That was so lucky. But yeah, like I said, Alchemist not doing too well in the kill score, but he is doing pretty damn good in the farm, considering that that Max Greevil's Greed and that Battle Fury is just gonna give him so much gold, regardless of regardless of how many times he dies. It's never gonna die this much, but I mean, it's almost irrelevant with the amount of gold he has. He'll have a Black King bar in here in just a moment. And Timber's jumping in on that Pudge. Pudge's going to miss himself a hook, and Pudge is just going to walk away with that Shadow Blade. He'll have no problems here. Oh man, Shadow Demon jumps forward, gets a disruption on the Pudge, and the arrow catches, so he's going to drop on his way out. 23-21 the kill score. Very tight game right now. I'm loving the plays by both teams. Both are playing really well. I think Nxton is at a slight. They have been playing slightly poorer, but I mean, they've had the kills to make up for it. And it is, like I said, it's almost even. If you look back at the gold graph, it's spiked up quite a bit here, but it's still about 5k in the favor of Nxton. Nothing that can't be come back from.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Dire mid tower getting denied there. We'll see that tick up in just a moment, but EXP graph starting to make its way back towards the middle here, as SSA has been making some pretty grand fights happen in their favor. Some pressure out on the mid lane. Treant is waiting in the wing with that Nature's Guise up, but it is only level 1, so he doesn't have a huge duration on that. He's going to have to reactivate that in stealth, but it doesn't look like there's going to be a push here. Instead, the heroes are just going to back off, regroup, probably get some farm up, and play it a little safer. Ward getting killed off in its last seconds of life there, so the 50 gold is given to the enemy team, which is always a bonus. Every little bit counts. Gyrocopter now moving himself forward with that Shadow Blade. Not going to find himself an Alchemist, but instead moves off to the jungle where he can start to farm up. Bristleback just spamming out that Quill Spray for no reason there. He's going to find himself a ward that he can destroy for 50 gold here. Arrow flying, it's going to miss. Does not catch him. And Abaddon grabs himself a Vlad, so like I said, great pickup. That is definitely what this team needs. They need the auras and their really kind of close quarters effectiveness items. Shiva's would be great to have on like Treant, but he's pretty poor, he can't afford that. They need to get an AC up on that Alchemist for sure, and anything else that can kind of help with that kind of area team fight. Even like a Radiance on the Bristleback, I wouldn't hate this game. Usually it's not a grand pickup, but I think considering the amount of in-your-face that this team is going for, I think the Radiance might work out well. The Shadow Fiend now sitting on a Desolator. Looks like he's working towards a Black King Bar as well. So he's the second highest CS, and we'll be looking to get that now as he's sitting on approximately 240 damage per hit, 250-ish. Mid lane, Pudge now carrying himself some dust just to make sure that the heroes can't slip away from him with those Shadow Blades. Completely understandable, but SSA playing it pretty smart, sticking together, making sure that they're not caught out. And I don't blame them one bit. In the top lane, Eagle Song perched up by that Gyrocopter now, so it looks like he's supposed to be. It looks like he's heading towards a Butterfly. I don't blame him for that pickup, considering the amount of melee auto attack damage that is going to be coming out toward them. Big fight going out here. Dust pops off, so all of these heroes are visible right now. But Alchemist throws up the stun, but he is slowed by the Purge. And oh man, Shadow Fiend gets himself hooked, but he's going to channel up his ultimate. Does not manage to get it off. Arrow misses, and Abaddon's ultimate goes out along with the mechanism, meaning that all these heroes are at almost full health. And Alchemist charging forward, going to see if he can get a stun. They separate just in time that they're not both going to get stunned, but this Luna is definitely, or this Mirana is definitely screwed. If she gets caught out by the Treant ultimate, she's going to drop, and Shadow Fiend keeping himself alive right here. Pudge lets him see if he can get the kill, but that is not the case here. And oh man, this Timber, he is flirting with death right here. And this is what I was saying earlier. This Timber would have his Bloodstone right now if he had gone for the Vitality booster instead of the Arcane and then disassembled his boots, but that's not the case for him, unfortunately. Instead, he is just going to wait a little bit. He's about 200 gold off of that now, and he still has to get to the Seeker Shop during this defense. Disruption goes out, not going to mean much. Jock's going to fly out, do a little bit of damage, but nothing to write home about. What do we got on the courier here? Just a couple wards being delivered up to that Treant, I would assume. Pudge looking to see if he can get in position for a hook. He's off to the side here. Bristleback right up front, taking the tower hits, not giving a shit, and hooked out by the Pudge Disruptor, or the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon disrupts himself, and he is going to drop in that fight there. I mean, after a hook like that, there's not much you can do. Call down goes out. The second shot misses everybody. Alchemist coming back in with that Shadow Blade, going to throw out a Civil Concoction. Does a lot of damage and finishes off that Gyrocopter. And the Treant ultimate catches two out. That's going to be a death. Oh, wow. Timbersaw might make his way out of that, so Timber makes his way out, but 3 heroes down on the side of SSA. And a lot of pressure going on this tower. These racks are probably going to go down. There's not much they have to defend this. I mean, they've got Chakram and arrows, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to hold. Abaddon rushing forward here with his... Actually, his ultimate just popped off, but he has nothing to deal damage to himself with, and oh, he's taking tower hits right now, so he's doing all right.
Bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom
Pudge looking to see if he can get a hook. There's a line of creeps in his way. Throws out the hook to see if that Timber jukes down, but he goes upward. Arrow catches out on that tree, but nothing getting caught out here, and yeah, these racks trying to delay as much as they can, but it's just not working. Smevering going out on that Timber side. He's going to try to Timber Chain himself away. Unstable Concoction catches up with him though. He'll like drop just outside the walls of his base, and he tries to Timber Chain once more, but he does get caught. He drops. Call down, just going to catch a Bristleback and maybe the Alchemist, but not doing too much. Disruption goes out on that Alchemist. Arrow not going to fly, and still waiting for this fight. I think SSA is on their last legs here. They're really just trying to hold this, but it's just not happening for them. This tanky ass lineup. has so much sustain and so much fight power in them that it's going to be really rough. Disruption's really making a mess of this fight, but Shadow Fiend is going to drop, and I think that's probably going to have to be GG for SSA. They just gave up so much gold and so much XP, and they've lost so many kills there that, yeah, 6 kills now in the way of Nxton, and they have a Rax down to their name. If you look at the golden XP, look at this. This is where this fight began, and it just dropped down to 12,000. GG is called by Super Strong Alchemist, so I'm not sure if that's actually a surrender, or if that's just a exasperated GG. It is a surrender, so they do call the game, and that is going to be at 38 minutes and 9 seconds is your time for this game. 24 to 30 is your kill score, and the beefy tank strategy prevailing for Nxton. So really interesting game with a lot of back and forth dynamics. I really like that. SSA taking pretty good control of the early game, but just not bringing it enough in the late to finish this game off, and that is going to be a dire victory here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have been Cptn.Canuck, your caster. If you enjoyed my casting, please give me a subscribe or check out my Twitch channel. Give me a follow there. I will be casting games every Tuesday and Thursday for the Amateur Dota 2 League. Lots of great games coming up, especially this Tuesday. I'm going to be casting a highlight game, so be sure to check me out. I would be glad to have you. Thanks guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.